Welcome to Gamer and Gameless, everybody. My name is Zach. I'm your host. Aaron is actually out on vacation today.
Yeah, man.
And his spirit still lingers, as you can hear. We are joined by our guests. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Brandon of Narnia.
Yes, that is where he is.
That's not even a real place, dude.
It's totally a real place.
Narnia.
not a real place.
No, I think it's in Wisconsin, right? It's Wisconsin, Narnia.
Wait, Wisconsin or Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
As if there's two different consons.
Wisconsin?
It's like
Or is it
Wisconsin.
Eastconsin?
It's like, yeah, Wisconsin, not to be confused with Eastconsin. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I have a feeling Elvin's going to be playing that a lot. So
Yeah, this is Elvin, the Gameless guy, and I have Aaron isn't here. He's on vacation, but I have
thanks for reiterating what I said, but
I don't care.
Where'd he go?
Washington.
Narnia.
Oh,
Let's give
Wisconsin.
his address so everyone can send their stuff to him.
Anyway, I recorded him going. Check it out.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna do that probably 15 or 30,000 times because I have nothing else to do but
Yeah.
listen to these two guys today.
Yeah, so
Not enough
as
time.
as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fantastic show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Just a heads up, you can catch us on facebook.com/gamergameless, and our website is up and running. It is gamergameless.com.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, this is going to be a rough.
You're not gonna stop me from doing that.
Seriously, I'm gonna use an EMP. Actually, I was gonna say I was gonna do EMP, but I don't think we'd be able to record.
Then I'll respawn.
Luckily, we have an analog system like in Pacific Rim.
I know our Duracell battery is about to run out in 5 minutes, so we have to hurry it up.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'd just like to start out with the games we're playing. I would ask you, Elvin, but you've been playing any games lately?
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm not playing any games.
Really?
No.
That's shocking.
Yeah, because I thought you were the gamer aspect of the show, not the gameless.
No, I don't. I have an Xbox One and I have Titanfall and I even have the new stages and I haven't played one single stage. Maybe I will someday.
I'll get it out of you eventually.
I don't know, man. And Zach downloaded a bunch of free games for me on Xbox One, which I
Yeah.
haven't even looked at.
Really?
Yeah.
I spent so much time
I don't
pressing
care.
A. that is not cool.
Wait, what games did you get?
The Games of Gold I think it was Halo Spartan Assault and Max the Curse of the Brotherhood.
Oh, man.
And then they also made Power Star Golf. It wasn't free. It was like a free version. I think it was like you could play one stage for free. So I downloaded that and Killer Instinct.
Oh, yeah. Killer Instinct, bro.
which is once again just one thing. But of course, Elvin just broke our.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, the games me and Brandon have been playing, and I get to say this because we've both been playing them and we both know. I'm going to start with what I feel is the lesser one. Is at E3 they announced if you have a PS4, you can sign up for the Battlefield Hardline beta, which I did. So, Elvin, I hear you played some Battlefield in your day.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called.
That's it. I think we made mention of this in the last show. So this one is called Hardline, and it's like cops and robbers. So I mean, honestly, like I don't know what you thought of it, Brandon. You played for a little bit. It was cool, but it was pretty much more or less. I want to say it feels like the same type of Battlefield in the sense that I don't know. It's just kind of more or less the same stuff, but it has like a cops and robbers skin.
Right.
But I mean, I guess it's cool.
Wait, what do you mean cops and robbers? They're in a city or what?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like I mean, I think the beta had. I think it was only one stage, but it was in like a city. So it was like one group is a group of I was gonna say terrorists, a group of criminals, and they're like robbing,
like a heist.
Yeah, it's just like a heist. Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
the last Battlefield I played, and I don't know how many years ago was Battlefield Ghost Recon.
Wait,
What? That's not a game. That doesn't
yeah.
exist.
Oh, then I just made that up.
Yeah, that's like saying Mario Brothers Street Fighter Edition.
Well, where did I get Ghost Recon from?
Ghost
There's
Recon
two
is a separate game.
Yeah.
What was it, Battlefield?
No, it's Tom Clancy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Tom.
I'm gonna walk away. Hold on, let me do my steps.
yeah, like literally.
that would mean this studio is very big.
It isn't?
Yeah, we're recording in the same place
Like-
that the
like-
Beatles recorded.
literally the type. I mean, they're both military games, but like literally, they're totally two different aspects. Not to nerd out.
Yeah.
Battlefield's more of a huge war aspect, and Ghost Recon is like very tactical, totally different. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just spend the rest of the podcast talking about how stupid Elvin is.
Yeah, man.
But the big game that I'm definitely more interested in is Destiny. So I hear you have an opinion on Destiny, Brandon. Would you like to tell us?
Oh man, it's awesome. I mean, I was worried. I mean, I heard a lot of doubts at first going into the show, and I was kind of really worried. A lot of people, were saying that it's nothing new, and honestly, it isn't a whole lot new. But what it does really good is it's pretty much you take Halo, plus a little bit of Borderlands and a little bit of Mass Effect and some WoW, and put them all together, but just bigger than all of them. Well, not bigger than WoW, but bigger than the.
I don't know
other
what
three.
the hell you're talking about. What is the game about?
We're
It's
gonna,
like, whoa, if you add 4 and then
Okay.
divide 3 by 6, then you get 22.
All right, have you played? Have you played Halo? You play Halo at
Yes,
some
actually,
point.
I played the first Halo.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it's like Halo, but there's another game called Borderlands, which is it's an RPG. You know what an RPG is?
Yes.
Oh, you do know an
a
RPG.
rocket propelled grenade.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Role playing game.
Yeah.
Plus, there's another game called Mass Effect, which is another RPG, a shooting RPG.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
future. Not future. I don't know if futuristic is the right term. It's like sci-fi. It's like
So it's like all three of those games put together, but a lot bigger.
Ah.
yeah. So it's a first-person shooter, like your Titanfalls and your Halo. But the big twist to this type of the thing that makes these type of games unique is there's like leveling up and progression. So you can like legitimately have. You can like legitimately level up, and then the thing I liked about, by the way, this game has like a I don't know if it was just the marketing or the game as a whole. I don't know, but it got not controversy, but it got a lot of attention because I think they spent like $500 million on it or something like
Yeah.
that.
What?
Yeah, which is like
It's currently the most expensive game being made up to date at this point.
yeah.
Wow.
So
How long did it take to make?
I think years. I have no idea if this is true, but I think it was like 3 or 4 years.
I
They've
first
been
heard about
working on it.
I first heard about it, like a rumor about like in 2010. So I mean, it's probably before then. I mean, they probably had concept art for it, probably like 2009 or maybe even
Dude,
8.
that's insane. 500 million, $500 million.
Yeah,
Okay, so like at first I was like, how could it possibly cost them? And like I said, I don't know if it's how much of that goes into marketing. I imagine a lot.
Probably at least
Yeah.
half of it's in marketing. Honestly.
Yeah, but and then, it has a lot of like celebrity voice actors. So for instance, you have like this little robot AI who's following you around, right?
Yeah.
And it's Peter Dinklage, which I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't know who that
That's
is.
Tyrion.
Yeah, he's
And that's Trask.
he's a rapper.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a rapper. He's very successful.
MC Tyrion. Coming,
What was it? Murder Mace?
coming straight out of Westeros.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So it has him, and I like this is. I'm pretty sure when you're an actor, you don't want people to say this, but the dude who plays Dexter's dad does a voice.
Oh.
You don't know who I'm talking about, do you?
Nope.
Okay, in Django, he was
Django.
he was one of the brothers at the beginning.
He was Ajax in the Warriors, if you remember that. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time. I saw the movie. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I like how I went with the most recent thing, and you were like, he was born in a hospital in South Dakota.
I don't know what I mean. I don't know the name of his role.
Anyways, he's a well-known actor, and so he did some voice acting. But this game is like super huge, and like I said, the thing I like about it is like I said, it's like your typical first-person shooter in a sense that it's a first-person shooter. You aim down sights, all these grenades, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it has like a leveling up progression. So like the more you kill, you get experience points. You unlock abilities and stuff like that. And it's like huge. It's like huge. And the thing is cool. But so like we talked about a game called Borderlands, which is that same idea of just kind of like leveling up. You get new guns, you get new gear and stuff. I think that's cool. Like the thing I loved Borderlands. Like I put so much time into that game. But the issue with Borderlands for me was it was like you could play online with people, but there was no competitive element really. I don't know. I mean, they've had a lot of downloadable content. I don't know if they've had something, but to my knowledge, there isn't.
You could like duel, but it really wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, you could just duel, and it was just to see who's better. I mean, I guess. And then it's like
at dueling.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you just
outdueled you, man.
yeah, pretty much. But
Go back to your mom. Screw Devil 666 just killed you, bro.
screwed. I don't know if that's an actual name, but
I bet you it is.
But the thing that's cool about Destiny is you can totally play the game. You can totally get like, I don't want to say all out of you can get enough out of the game. You could get to the end or whatever by not fighting other people.
Yeah.
But there's like these like arenas you can go to, and I think the one they had for the alpha was called the Crucible, and it's just like, I mean, it's like
Indiana Jones running around.
Yeah, exactly.
Fighting zombies.
Yeah, the whole entire match, you're just running from giant rocks. Yeah, so it has like a competitive element, which is really cool.
Nah.
And yeah.
Would you say it's your destiny?
I
I have to do
that one.
I have to do at least one stupid pun. So
Oh, you're gonna do more.
anyway,
than
I'll
that.
bow out. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Brendan, you got any other thoughts on Destiny?
Oh man, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean,
Well, you already started, so you don't have to worry about that.
okay.
We got that out of the
Okay,
way.
I don't know how to continue. How about that? Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's huge. It's really huge. Like I said, I was very skeptical at first because just everything I heard about it at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing that just really got my nipples to bleed out of joy was just looking at the skill tree. Like, I love skill trees because basically I was just looking. I forgot which class it was, but I remember one of them is basically I think I could
Was
be
it first
wrong.
class?
Yeah, totally first class.
X-Men reference.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hold on, real quick. No, hold on to that thought. Saying first class isn't an X-Men reference.
Yeah, it could be
First
anything.
class-
It
yeah,
could be a
movie.
plane reference.
It is
It's a
movie.
traveling
Yeah, exactly.
reference.
Exactly. It
A Greyhound
it could,
reference?
it could be a wealth reference.
Yeah.
That's more likely. What? Anyways, sorry.
It's
Continue.
okay. I was just looking at skill tree.
Yeah, man.
And one of the classes was I forgot what the class was, but basically it shows the different skills. And one of them, I think the original skill was double jump, and then as you progress it up, I think you could double jump further if I'm correct. And then eventually you could triple jump, and I was just seeing all kinds of things like that. Seeing, I love skill trees because I mean, you're gonna be playing the game for a while, and I just like to see how I'm gonna grow and really what appeals to me. But that, I mean, it's just huge. It's like a huge Halo. It's pretty much like a massive Halo. And it's and honestly, and the competitive part was really fun too. I think the only thing it's not that big a deal is I mean, they also have these cool super moves now. And my only thing right now is the cooldown time on the super move. I mean, Elvin's looking at me like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about.
You're good looking, so I'm just looking at you for
Okay,
another
thanks.
reason.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't like the beard. It's
You can find a picture of Brandon on our website and
Actually,
our new
you
About
can.
Us. And actually,
No,
it's not
under-
about us. It's under
guests.
guests. That would be a weird About Us. Just have a picture of a guest.
Yeah.
No, but go to the website and look at the guest profile, and you can actually see Brandon outside my house chasing a random chicken.
Yeah.
That actually happened. That's
That
not
is
a doctor.
in-
No,
That
it was a
is-
turkey. It was actually a turkey.
I think it was a
turkey.
chicken.
That was a turkey.
It was a hen, wasn't it a hen?
No, I mean, that was a turkey.
Anyway,
bro.
anyone that knows about hens,
yeah.
turkeys, and chickens, please go to the site and let us know what it is.
Yeah, any poultry
because we have
experts?
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a turkey, but anyways, yeah. So the super moves, really cool. So basically, every class has a super move, and I think I played as a Titan. And basically, if you know anything about Halo or Bungie or any of the games, is it's a first-person shooter, but they like to incorporate a lot of third-person elements. And so when you use super move, it zooms out and you jump and you slam, you pound the ground. There's a huge shockwave and it pretty much kills any enemies around. And it's really cool. It's a really cool thing. But man, the cooldown time is kind of high. Like, I mean, I'm hoping that eventually you could get more skills to decrease it. But it could be wrong. It seemed like it was almost like 5-minute cooldown time.
Yeah, well, I think when you kill somebody, it knocks out. So, Elvin, just to wrap this up, because you look like you were dying of boredom over there.
Oh no, I'm reading a book while you guys talk.
Oh, right. He's reading To Kill a Mockingbird. He's like, why are they doing this to this bird? And how complicated could killing a mockingbird actually be? But anyways,
Great book.
Yeah. I don't know how to read, so I wouldn't know. But anyways, yeah. So like when you play games like not necessarily Battlefield, but most of these first-person shooters, like for instance Halo, it's kind of static gameplay. You know what I mean? It's like what you see is what you get. The things you're going to be doing in the first 10 minutes is what you're going to be doing the entire time.
Right.
But like he was saying, is like progressively you can unlock more stuff in these type of games that totally change the way you play.
That's cool.
So for instance, like he was saying about the whole jumping mechanic, the more you level up and everything, you can unlock like different types of jumping and stuff like that. You unlock a super move. I think you unlock another move eventually. So you have like, I don't know if you can only choose one or what, but it's awesome because like it's not by any means repetitive gameplay in the sense that there's always going to be something to strive for that will change the way it plays.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good not to care about. Thank you.
You hear this smirk like, well, I'm glad I know, but I just don't care. But anyway, so we're gonna transition, and we're actually gonna talk about a game that someone pointed out that we didn't bring up. That was for E3, and kind of the reason why I did is this is I didn't bring it up last time. It's kind of like a very hardcore. I don't know if the word is niche or niche.
Niche. It's niche.
Is it niche? Are you sure?
Niche, yeah.
All right.
It's Nietzsche.
Yeah, it's a niche game, but it's called Bloodborne, and Brandon has an appreciation for these type of games. So just a little background, Elvin. Yeah. I know once again, I know
it's a vampire game, right? It's like it's based on Twilight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's actually Bloodborne. They're referring to.
Yeah. It lets you choose your team, and I definitely. Oh, actually, I don't know. I think I'm definitely not Team Bella. I hate Team Bella. Bella's just the worst team to be on.
So is there a team for every character?
I think there's 3 teams.
Because I would be like Team Bella's dad.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that'd be the best team.
He was actually cool.
Yeah, he was like
best actor in the movie.
He was the one endearing character. But anyways, so yeah, but this game, just to give you some context, this is made by I cannot
From software.
Yeah, From Software. No, but I'm talking about the developer.
Wait.
I can't remember his name.
Wait, the developer, the guy or the
guy?
company?
The guy.
Oh, I don't
There's
know.
like a guy.
Yeah, man.
It was that guy.
Yeah.
Aaron
But
made it.
anyways, so it's made by From Software, and they've made these last 2 games called Dark Souls. They had Dark Souls 1 and 2, and then they also had Demon Souls. So I'm not going to explain these games in full detail to you, Elvin, because you look like you don't care. And hopefully our listeners or listener, whoever is watching or listening,
His name's Mike.
Yeah. Or Kyle.
We know like 4 people that are listening.
Yeah, and 3 of them are us.
And if one of them die, then we'll have 3 people listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for that little lesson in very basic math. But anyways.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, so yeah, these Dark Souls and Demon Souls games, they're like the people who love them, and the reason why is, I mean, a common critique of the way video games are now is that they kind of hold your hand and like they're very straightforward, and there's a lot of tutorials, so there's really no. There's nothing to really kind of explore on your own. Like, I don't know if you ever played the original Zelda.
Yeah.
The original Zelda gave you no direction. They were just like, here you go,
seriously.
figure this out, you know? And a lot of like, I don't want to use the term.
That was like the first Metal Gear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For me, it's like, oh, minefield. Let me go. Like an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
I'm on the floor, like sweating and dying, and the guy's still running through the fucking minefield.
Yeah, that was a brutal part. Like that I think that element is what a lot of people lack. I mean, a lot of games lack, and a lot of people want. And Dark Souls and Demon Souls kind of totally brings that back. Like, for instance, these games, like they pride themselves on being difficult. Like, that's the whole hook.
Oh, okay.
And like, just to give you an idea, right, is it has versions of online play. Like, you can play with other people, but it's kind of complicated. Like, you have to summon them in your world.
You have to summon them?
No, like, literally.
Serious?
There's like signs, and you can summon them in your world like temporarily. Yeah, I mean,
there's like a Jeopardy challenge.
Yeah, exactly. But the moral of the story is it's generally meant to be played single player. I mean, there's definitely a multiplayer component that's awesome, but you can play the game single player basically. Right. But what is awesome that they do is there are in the Dark Souls games there are blood stains on the floor when you're walking, right? Yeah. And anytime you go near them, it will show how somebody died. So like, I mean, like that, to give you an idea, that is how much they focus on dying in this game. So there will be parts where there's just like a piles of blood, and you just go and you see how everyone dies in all this ridiculous fashion. Like, that's what these games are.
I think literally the catchphrase for one of them, if not both of them, is "prepare to die."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So and it's like, it's just like they make it insanely hard. Like, for instance, this like there's like little rest points called bonfires, right? And this game is hard. Like, I'm gonna show you a video on it or something.
So like for me, it'd be for someone that doesn't play games,
you would
be
die.
A really hard start for me, right?
Yeah, you would die turning the system on. Like, you would seriously just have a stroke.
Like, to give you an idea, is like, I've known Brandon a while, and he's played a lot of video games for the majority of his life. And correct me if I'm wrong, is it like almost unbearable for you? Like, how hard it is?
You ever throw the controller?
I mean, it's really hard. Honestly, it's super hard, but it's more like semi old school. It's like if you. I feel it's more like a Capcom, like a very Japanese type of like it's like as hard as like an Onimusha or Resident Evil game. Elvin has no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
No, Onimusha, I think it's a sushi restaurant in Pasadena, right?
So good. Oh my god. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it is hard. It's a hard game, but I think a lot of things come from the controls and just some old like old school ways of I'm trying to think of the exact word, but pretty much it's definitely it is a challenging game. Honestly, I feel like for me it's best just watching someone else play it. Like I love watching someone else play it because I enjoy the game, but I don't have the patience I once used to. Maybe I'm just becoming a more cranky older gamer, but I mean, a younger me would easily just play through it and die 1,000 times, which you will die a lot of times. Like I think just literally like you could beat the game a lot if you're really good. You could beat the game really short. Like I forgot hearing exactly how fast certain people beat it, but most people end up beating it like 80 hours. Like
most of these games.
Yeah, man.
Most of these games aren't that long. Like I said, I guess more avid fans of games spend extra time. But yeah, for the most part, you're not looking at 8 days worth of gameplay, you know. But anyways, so yeah, these games, these Dark Souls games, they're really hard. They're kind of time consuming and all of that. And then they're now going to come out with Bloodborne, which is, I mean, it's not necessarily a sequel, but it's the same creator. And that was one of the things they showed at E3. And like, even though I'm more than likely not going to play this game for more than like 5 hours, because it's like to give you an idea, like I was mentioning the bonfires before. The bonfires are like the checkpoints. You go there, and when I first played, I didn't know this. I fought all these enemies, and then I got to a bonfire, and I was like, oh my god, they're so hard. And then I went there, and the bonfire healed me up, and all the enemies come back when you go to a bonfire in Dark Souls. And I was like, oh my, I was like, there's like no safe, okay feeling ever in these games. Yeah, it's just constant anxiety.
That's kind of the fun thing about it, because you're like, all the time you're like, oh my god, I'm so damn screwed. Like, and honestly, it's a lot of trial and error. Like,
yeah, that's what it is.
There's things called pretty much like death traps, where it's like the game's so hard that sometimes you don't know you're not supposed to go to a certain area. You just think, well, this is supposed to be hard. So, like, example, there's one part, there's a giant dragon sitting on a bridge. Now, in real life, you're like, yeah, I shouldn't go there. But in the game, you're like, should I go there now? You go, dragon blows fire and burns you to crisp. And you're like, And it turns out you weren't even supposed to go there. So, I mean, it's... In fact, the only reason why I know to go anywhere is I have a friend named Andrew who's like he's just a Dark Souls pro. And, like, I'll call him up, like...
Shouts out to Andrew.
What's up, Andrew? I know you're listening. Anyways, like... I'll call him like, hey, bro, we're right here. He goes, oh, you're right here? And he'll know exactly what to do. Be like, all right, this is what I want you. Take 4 steps. Take a left. Wait for a second. There's a bird fly by.
Take a breath.
Look up, then duck, and then you'll slide right down and right down the shaft. So he knows like everything. So
and no one has seen Andrew for the past year and a half, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's how these games are. And then like, and this, like I said, that's what a lot of people want. Is like, when I played Dark Souls 2, I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a tower at the very beginning I went to, and because there's no real direction, and I went there, and I was like, it took me like seriously like 7 minutes to kill this one dude, and I was basically dead. So I was like, all right, now I gotta go heal up, and he's back. And then just for like, I was like, okay, I'm never gonna play this game again. Yep. Just for the sake of my own sanity, I was like, if I was able to get past him, let's see like what awaits me after him. And I looked, and there's him, then there's 3 more of him simultaneously, then 4 more of him, and then there's just like 1,000 more, followed by a boss that's harder than all of them.
And they all have C4 strapped to the chest.
Yeah.
So when you buy the game, do they give you like a knife to kill yourself with?
Seriously. But here's the thing, and this is, like I said, this is what a lot of people like, is what I found out later is that's not necessarily where you're supposed to go right away. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know that. And there's like a little side route on the left, which is where you're really supposed to go. And don't get me wrong, it's still very hard in that direction as well. But like, I mean, and like, and this is kind of the joy of this game. And like, I'm so excited for Bloodborne. Like I said, I'm more than likely going to get frustrated and trade it in like instantly. But the thing, like, all right, like with Dark Souls 2 is, like I said, you can go to that route, which is not a good idea. Or you can go to the left, and there's like, like one of the first things you can potentially see, there's like this giant, I don't know, it's like an ogre type thing, just sitting there chilling, minding his own business. And I was like, should I attack him? I don't know. He's just sitting there chilling, and I was like, all right, I'll hit him, and he's turn around and kill me in one hit. Like, right. And that's the whole thing. So
you suggest that we give out Andrew's number so we could all play this game?
Yeah, and that's what we do. Andrew is...
And his address, so anyone could just come to his house and ask him for a video game to play.
And he's pretty much the Yoda of Dark Souls. He knows everything about it.
Yeah, so, so
Andrew, where are you?
So with Bloodborne is they showed that, they showed like a real quick trailer, but apparently they had like a a demo at E3, but it was like closed doors. So it's kind of like I mean, I'm guessing only like high ranking.
Yeah, you go in and someone just starts beating the shit out of you.
I know, right? It's called the Dark Souls Simulator. Everyone just starts hitting you with clubs. But yeah, and then like the people who did see it,
Yeah, man.
who saw actual gameplay, just talked about how amazing it is. And I think there's like a leaked trailer online of actual gameplay. And yeah,
awesome.
it looks. And the thing, my issue with Dark Souls was that it's kind of like it's like slow. So you'd hit. I mean, I guess it's like realistic if you want to use that term.
Yeah.
You'll hit, and it takes you time to like regain your posture, so you're vulnerable during that time. But the thing that looks awesome about Bloodborne is this is a lot more fast paced. I mean, it's still probably going to be insanely hard, but it's a lot more fast paced. So I don't know if that's going to bring in more of a crowd.
And this is a huge game.
Well, it has a really. It's like
It's a
like
cult following,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, but is that enough to make money? I mean, the whole point is to make some money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for one, I'm pretty sure it's like. I mean, it's a Japanese
No,
company.
I think it's
so
Korean, actually.
Is it?
I think it's Korean. I could be wrong, but I think
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Anyways, it definitely has its following, yeah. In a especially PlayStation 4, it's coming out. I think they said it's coming out in 2015. PlayStation 4 doesn't have an abundance of these type of games, like anything RPG related. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to classify it, like an action adventure RPG or something.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls and all these games.
Yeah, it's an action RPG.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There's not an abundance of these games by any means on this system.
So you two are different, right? You're into it, and you're not so much into it.
I understand the premise of it. I think it's like a brilliant game. I think it's a genius idea of just like this kind of total like a callback to the way games used to be.
Right.
You know, I think that's cool, but I'm just not a very patient person.
I'm into it, but I'm like him, but just a little more into it. I just rather watch someone play it. Like, you know, actually, there's two things. Is that this new one? There's a lot of rumors that this new one's gonna have like real multiplayer. And look, if you know anything about me, I'm a co-op whore. Like, I'll play any game cooperatively, like, you know, not competitively, but with another friend. Like, if they had a 50 Shades of Grey video game, it had co-op, I would play it.
I would not watch that.
Yeah, with all my guy friends.
Hey, Andrew.
Want to play 5-player co-op with all my guy friends in 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, I would play it. So, yeah, that's how much I love co-op. So, yeah, there's rumors that this could have co-op, so I mean, if so, then yeah, I would be on board completely. It's just, I mean, I'd rather watch someone play the game because it's really cool. It's watch, it is fun and it's intense. Like I like being the guy, like my friend Maurice. I watch him play it, and then occasionally I'll chime in like, here, let me try, you know. But that's like 1 every 10 deaths.
Shout out to Maurice.
Yeah, shout out to Maurice.
Yeah. That's like 1 in every 10 deaths, which happens like about 30 seconds. So pretty much.
So I mean, and then like this is the thing I like about it. So for Dark Souls 1, I stopped after a while. I mean, and I played it a lot. Like I probably put like maybe 8 hours on it. I don't know, maybe 6 to 8, and I got like an hour into the game in that time. Like
you got past like the menu screen.
Yeah, like,
he chose 1 rat. That's all I did. He killed a rat.
I chose new game, and an arrow flew out of the screen and shot me in real life. I had to go to the urgent care, and the urgent care was like, "Why aren't you going to the ER?" And I was like, "For the sake of this joke." But anyways, like where I got in Dark Souls, right? And like there's a big following for these games. There really is. I mean, it's not a mainstream game, but it's still, it still has a huge following. Where I got was really short, but where I got, right, is I was trying, like I got to this bonfire, I was safe, I was cool, and then I kept continuing. And I kept walking forward, and there'd be enemies, and they'd kill me, and I was like, all right, whatever. Try to get through them. And this is one of, like I said, this is one of the joys of this game. Is they're like undead, like zombie type dudes or skeletons with swords. And then there's this like dude just chilling in like black knight armor who looks awesome. Yeah. And I was like, well, hopefully if I kill him, I'll get some of his, like, I don't know, like a sword or something. And I hit him once, and he demolished me. Yeah. And like, I don't know if you can go back to that point eventually. I mean, like my friend Maurice, who's incredibly patient, he took the time to beat him, and he got like some awesome sword. But I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, no, I don't have time for this. This is too much.
He's like, day 37. Yeah. The Black Knight returns. I will once again try to kill him.
I know. Dear Lola, I promise I shall return once I defeat him. My Xbox just overheated. But anyways, yeah. So, and then I got further, and then I got to the part where there's like 4 archers, and then there's this giant like bull type thing, and I was like, I was like, are you like, this is too much. And then I died at that part, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm sorry. This is, like I said, I recognize this is an amazing game, but I was like, I can't do this. I don't have the patience for this. And then like I talked to Maurice, and he was like, what you do is you take this item and you throw it on the bull. The bull, I don't know if it was like a bull or rhino or some type of thing, yeah. And it like attracts everyone to attack them, to attack him. So they kill him, and then you kill them. I was like, how am I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? But that's the joy of the game, is that there's that type of
trial and error.
Yeah, that and it's not even trial and error. This is like this unknown element, like, and like a lot of like, and I hate to use this term, like hardcore gamers will be like, I'm not gonna look at like walkthroughs or guides online. I'm not gonna do it. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, no self-respecting person buys a strategy guide, and I don't think strategy guides exist anymore. Right. But like I've heard it, just everyone says this is like a unanimous like idea, is that you get whatever help you can in Dark Souls, because the game is like way too brutal that like you seriously, like some of the stuff you like seriously can't get through unless you have some type of idea, or you're just really
a medical
perceptive.
Doctor.
Yeah, seriously. There's like you can get a PhD in Dark Souls. But yeah, so Bloodborne is made by them. A lot of, I mean, like they haven't announced a whole lot about it, but honestly, just being equated with the Dark Souls game is enough to get people excited, enough to get me excited. Like you said, rumors of multiplayer, that sounds awesome to me. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that's that. And then now I want to talk about another game that someone pointed out we didn't bring up. Is Yoshi's. Is Yoshi Woolly World was announced.
Yoshi.
That was actually
for someone
good. Who. Yeah. That was like,
you're a fraud.
Whoa!
That was,
are you actually gameless?
Yeah, I know.
No,
right?
no.
You take off your face. You have a face of your face under, and I was like, "What is that supposed to do?" He's like, "Well, this one's a gamer." And I was like,
wait, is it really that? Because I was thinking of Jar Jar Binks, like Jar Jar Binks.
That's pretty good too.
Thank you. No, but that I've seen.
What, not a voice actor. He's I did some voiceover work. Nothing big. Just some movie called Lilo and Stitch. I'm Scar and Mufasa.
I was The Rock.
I narrated Morgan Freeman in all of his movies. But anyways, yeah. So. A little fun fact about Brandon: he is what are you studying right now?
I'm studying gynecology at PCC.
Nice.
All right, what are you really studying?
Entertainment design, which is potentially concept art for movies and video games.
Okay,
at the prestigious art center.
Yeah.
Well, you must be highborn.
Yeah, so he's at a relatively well-known art school, and the reason why I bring this up is because have you seen this Yoshi game, Alvin?
No.
Okay, so it's called Yoshi's Woolly World, right?
I know what Yoshi looks like. Oh, does that matter?
Yeah, good job on that one. That's cool that you know what he looks like. Yeah. But the thing about this game, it's called Yoshi's Woolly World. So it's like the entire game, like the entire I don't know how to say it. It's like all made up of like wool and yarn, like, and it's like that's the art style. Is everything? It's like Yoshi. The entire game is made up of like wool, but it's a Yoshi game.
I stopped listening to you when you said that, so you might as well just keep talking to Brandon.
All right,
wool and yarn. Okay.
No, I mean, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna show you the video they showed at E3.
Show me later. It actually looks really cool. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Yoshi games. I mean, I think they're cool, but just from a visual standpoint of view, it looks really cool, actually. I mean, in fact, Nintendo, the Wii U is a lot less powerful than the other systems, but I think really what they make up for it is they just have a really cool art style for lots of their games that don't require very HD graphics. So they just like almost like Pixar, I mean, like it's why you look at Toy Story now, and sure, it does look a little dated, but it doesn't look terrible because of the style they're going for. Right. But it looks cool. It's like everything's made of yarn. Visually, it looks cool.
Yarn. Okay.
No. You say this now. It was kind of like we talked about last time about indies.
Yeah.
It's how indies technically don't have the same tech as they often don't have the same tech and the same like engines as like a AAA game, but they compensate for it with art, like art style and art direction.
Yeah.
That like I'm gonna show it to you, and you are gonna appreciate how unique it is. I have
3 yawns. I'm winning.
No, I'm not even,
I told you not to talk to me about it. Talk to Brandon.
I'm not even going to address this anymore. But anyways, yeah, it looks amazing. Really unique art style.
And co-op, so you already know I'm doing.
It
does have co-op. Yeah. So I was like, you had me at co-op.
You yarn together?
By the way, do you know what co-op is? We've been using this term. Okay, I just want to make
multiple
sure.
players.
But together trying to complete a goal, like whether it be a campaign or something like that.
It's like video sex, right?
Yeah, kind of. Wait, actually, well, that could be competitive. I guess depending on what you're doing. Oh, it doesn't matter.
I have no idea what's even going on anymore.
Right.
But anyways, next thing we're going to talk
Wait a
about.
second.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Next thing we're going to talk about is some news that happened with Capcom.
Capcom.
Now, do you know anything about Capcom, Mr.
I
Alvin?
do. I used to love Mega Man and Street Fighter, and I know they made that, and that's the end of it. I don't know if they make a soups now or they have a restaurant chain. I don't know anything else about Capcom.
Yeah, Capcom is never mind. I was gonna say House of Cards reference. I was gonna reference into Samcore, but I'll not do that. Yeah. Even though I basically did, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so Capcom. I don't know the business term for it because I'm not smart, but I guess they went public. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right term. So they're open to buy.
It's called an IPO, an initial public offering, where they're looking for investors to invest in their companies.
Okay. Maybe we should have another podcast called Businesses and Businesslesses.
Hi, this is Elvin Cumberbatch.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I'm Zach. I like video games. You like that goofy thing. But yeah, anyway. So Capcom is this like massive company. They've kind of like the last couple Resident Evil, and they've done Resident Evils, by the way. The last couple Resident Evils haven't been well received, really. They make these Street Fighter games. There's a game. Have you heard of Marvel versus Capcom?
Yes, I have, and I played that in the arcades though. Not the game.
Okay, so
not on a console.
They make those. They have like a well-known like library of video games that they're just kind of sitting on, and they're waiting to be bought out.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much at this point. So a lot of people are like, who's gonna buy them? Because initially, I mean, a lot of the Mega Mans, like, I don't know, were like Mega Man, the original Mega Man X's, were they for any other thing besides like Mega Man X, like Mega Man X?
Mega Man, I think
it's just Super Nintendo, right?
X 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 are all Super Nintendo, and I think 4 is one state.
It's a PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
So
PlayStation.
They all have kind of like all these games have kind of like roots in certain systems. Like right now, a big game that came out when Xbox One came out, it's called Dead Rising, and it's like a zombie game. Yeah. Dead Rising 3, and that's exclusive.
Wow, a title that actually makes sense.
Yeah,
Dead
I know, right?
Rising, wow.
Yeah.
Borderlands, like, are we fighting people trying to get into our border? Like, anyway, go.
Anyway, it's Halo. It's an angel simulator. But anyways, so yeah, Dead Rising is exclusively on Xbox One. I think they said it recently is going to PC, right? I think they did it. Anyway, the moral of the story is that they potentially have they have roots in Xbox, but at the same time they have roots in Nintendo. And then the original Resident Evils 1 and 2 and 3, I think, all were exclusively on PlayStation at the time. So they have roots in PlayStation. So a lot of people are talking about who should kind of buy them out. You know what I mean? Since they all have kind of roots in them. I don't know about you, Brian. I think what's probably going to happen is probably going to be some company we're not expecting, like Charter or Dell or
McDonald's.
Exactly, right?
Or like Sarah Lee or something. Sarah Lee presents Resident Evil 7. Buns of Doom.
I says I kind of don't hope it's not Activision, just because Activision is very into yearly things. They're very, and I mean, they killed like so many of their series. Like, I mean, all the Guitar Hero series. Literally, I think it was in 2009. I think there was like 7 different Guitar Hero music-based games, and they literally killed their franchise. And that's what they'll do. And a lot of people feel like they're killing Call of Duty. I mean, I love Call of Duty. I'm a drone. If they shit in a box and say Call of Duty, I will play. I will smear it on my face and love it. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, Capcom gets a lot of flack because they'll release so many different versions of a certain game, like the Super Street Fighter version, Super Street Fighter Super version that you didn't play last time.
Hold on, this is we didn't inform everyone of this. This is not an exaggeration. They had Street Fighter 4, then they had Super Street Fighter 4,
yeah.
Then they had
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Then they had,
I think, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Hyper Edition or something like that.
Okay,
wow.
So here's the deal. They just put out a new edition, right? To give you an idea of how many editions they've made of this game, in this newest edition, they have an edition selector. So you can play this game in this edition or this edition. Like, that is ridiculous.
Which is Guile's like shirt is purple instead of green.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the only difference is like in the middle of his song, you just hear him sneeze. But no, I mean like
you.
But no, like honestly, they're actually really well received. Like the whole community behind Street Fighter like loves it. I mean, obviously people keep buying them because they keep making them.
Well, example of a cult following, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
it's cult, but way more mainstream. People, love Street Fighter. But yeah, that's my only thing is that they're infamous for releasing the same game over and over again. Like over and over and over and over again. So imagine Activision, who loves beating their franchise to death. I love Activision, and honestly, I love most of their games. I'm the tool. Like I said, I love Call of Duty. But I just think that's not a good combination. Just because we're probably going to see even more. They're obviously, they're not afraid to release yearly content, and I just feel like we may be getting even more versions of certain games. But so I hope it's not Activision. But I like Capcom. I like most of their games. I know the last few Resident Evils have been well received, and I think part of the reason why this whole buyout's happening is because I think the Resident Evil underperforms the Resident Evil 16. I think it's so well, but they had much higher expectations, and I think just lost the reviews because it's so action orientated now that basically it wasn't as well received as they wanted, pretty much.
So yeah, I think if as far as the big three goes, if there was one who was gonna buy them out, I would probably say it's Microsoft. Just because Microsoft is the only one with because even though PlayStation is doing really well, Sony as a whole isn't doing well. Like they reported some loss recently. Like I'm not even gonna guess the amount, but they reported some loss because they're a big company. Like Sony,
they do a lot of shit.
They do a lot of stuff. So they have more opportunities to fail. So even though PlayStation is doing amazing, I don't think they necessarily have the money to buy out Capcom.
Right.
And same thing with Nintendo. Even though we're just talking about how awesome Nintendo is, Wii U has had like an abysmal start from beginning to now. So they kind of don't have the money to. But Microsoft has that Windows 8 money. And everyone loves Windows 8. But so and especially because Dead Rising 3 is like the most recent thing that's kind of like exclusive from Capcom. So I think if that's going to happen, I think they'll probably throw a whole bunch of money. I think Microsoft will throw a whole bunch of money at Capcom and be like, all right, now your games will be exclusive. You know what I mean? On Xbox.
That would be very smart of them.
Yeah, 100%. And then like we mentioned this before, is that the dude Phil Spencer is in charge of Xbox now, and like his whole thing is games. Oh, I was talking about games.
Oh, his kids are games and his wife is games.
Yeah.
He's gaming right now, right? While he's driving a game.
His house is made out of Xbox.
He only listens to rap, and the only rapper he listens to is the game. So.
That was a good one.
Hey, Brandon Roberts.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna change gears. Is that the right term?
Yeah. Segue.
No, not segue.
I'm gonna ride a segue into this.
A segue is like I want to play PlayStation. I want to play PlayStation Now. On the topic of PlayStation Now, no, that's a segue. But anyways,
PlayStation Now.
Oh, hold on, I have one thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there it is.
Thanks for contributing, Elvin. We really appreciate it.
That's Aaron.
Yeah, the
spirit
spirit of Aaron. Yeah. So the last thing we're going to talk about is PlayStation Now, and what I think my personal thing is the train wreck that is PlayStation Now. So I was actually really excited for it, and I think we talked about it last week how excited we were for it. But there's been some news that came out. So Elvin, in case you don't know, Sony bought out, and this isn't one of the reasons why they reported a loss. They bought out I don't know if it was a company or a system called Gaikai. And it was like this always online type service, and it was like I think it was a streaming service or something like that. They bought it out for some ridiculous amount of money, and that's what they're using for PlayStation Now. So PlayStation Now is going to be like just to put it in the most simplest of terms, it's like a Netflix for video games. It's going to be like a streaming service for video games. And they were talking about they're going to tap in. We talked about this last week, but talking about they're going to tap into some like the older games eventually, and so they're going to have like this whole entire like.
Yeah, and Aaron was excited about it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say stoked.
He's shitting his pants right now at home, I guarantee.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's such an awesome idea that I could just get any of these games now. I think that's why they call it that. But it is in beta right now. I think it's in closed beta, and it's gonna go into open beta in July. So now the issue is the price and the performance. These are the problems. These are the things that most people thought were gonna be problems, and they ended up being problems. These come from IGN. So IGN is a well-known game website, so they're pretty credible.
Right.
They said that they're beta right now. There's a game called Final Fantasy 13 2, right now. Here are the prices for 4-hour rental is $5. For a 7-day rental is $8. For 30-day rental is $15, and for a 90-day rental is $30.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I mean,
What the hell do you play for 4 hours?
and Final Fantasies are incredibly long games. Like they're RPGs. So like, I mean, when we beat Final Fantasy, I beat Final Fantasy 7, it was like
I had like 60 hours.
like 60 hours. So I mean,
I can just imagine Brandon like at the PlayStation Now like console, just put it in quarters.
Yeah, I'll tell you this right now.
$5 insert.
I don't mean to sound obnoxious. Not a console. It'll be on. It's going to be on play. It's like a service on PlayStation 4, and I think they're going to do PS3 eventually and Vita.
Yeah.
So,
So when I heard,
I
when I heard these, when I heard these prices, I was I was pretty frustrated because I mean, honestly, you could find most of these games online for just much cheaper. You know,
Where do you find them online?
I mean, it's Glide, just Amazon, anything. You can just find them online way easier. Like seriously, I mean, it's just. It just seems like it reminds me of the Virtual Console when if you don't know what the Virtual Console is, it's I mean not that expected to.
I know, right?
I mean gamerless, but anyways, Nintendo did something similar. You know, basically on the Wii you could buy all the old games, and they were kind of priced a little higher than you'd expect. Like I mean, I don't remember exact prices, but I remember. It was higher than I expected. I think like
even now they're they're kind of like, all right, that's. They're like ridiculously priced.
And lots of these companies are just kind of mentally out of the loop. Like Nintendo's, I think their excuse was we don't think our games value depreciates in time, which is ridiculous. And honestly, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully Sony gets together. Hopefully, like I said, these are just test prices or something. But like, just in general, I mean, was it? How much is it? $5 to try a game
for 4 hours?
Yeah, which is ridiculous because, like I said, if you on Live, it was a streaming service, and pretty much you could stream games. Like first of all, now it was pretty much a service a long time ago like this. It was like in 2010, I think, is when it started.
Yeah, something like that.
And pretty much the idea was it was the same idea, but you could try every game for 30 minutes for free, no matter what.
Dude, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. You know, it's just.
Does anyone even go to like a store and they look at the cover of a game and go, "Oh, I'm gonna buy that game," without even trying it? Like it's $60 a game now, right?
Yeah,
Who does that?
Yeah,
I think
you have to try it, man.
I think you can go a lot based on like their track record. You know, I mean, kind of like Bloodborne. I'm not gonna try that first, but I'm gonna get it whenever it comes out in 2099 or whatever. But just for some context, is that same game is $20 at GameStop online, and the interesting thing about that is. GameStop is kind of like widely known to have a little higher prices. You know what I mean? So it's $20 to own, or you could rent it for $30 for 90 days on the actual PlayStation
That's
store.
so stupid.
Like, yeah, I mean,
wow.
I mean, I think the only one of the main advantages, you know, you could get it instantly, you know, which is cool. You know, PlayStation Now, I guess, but it's just just in general, it's just like just a little bit of patience, you know, waiting a week, you know, and I feel like if anything. This may hurt like the uneducated gamer, you know, just because they may not know much about a game. Oh, I want to try it out. Like, whoa, that was terrible, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just know where to go and get your games, this service is almost useless now, being those prices. Like, I mean, Alex said, I don't know exactly like who sets the prices and who, you know, if it's Sony or the companies.
Bank of America sets the prices.
The evil culprits behind everything. Pretty much the modern day.
Their umbrella.
I mean, everyone says
the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah, everyone says.
Oh wait, I just realized. Hold on. If you rearrange their icon, it could totally be the umbrella logo.
I mean,
oh my.
Yeah, seriously.
The Illuminati.
What did we just stumble upon?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, people say thanks Obama when something goes wrong, but when Obama something happens with him, he's like, oh, thanks Bank of America.
It's a.
But I feel like those prices could almost be halved. You know, just in general. You know, I mean. The biggest loss really is just to try something, for 4 hours for $5. And I mean, I could be wrong, but isn't it like, is that all game time? Or?
See, now here was one of the things I was going to talk about is Kotaku put out a video and they kind of just talked about PlayStation Now in general.
I want a cold taco.
That's not what I said. Kotaku.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I mean, even as a joke, why would you want a cold taco? That's disgusting. Like, that's one food you can't eat cold.
That's not true. Back in college, Taco Bell, cold tacos.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's
It was nasty, but dude,
are we
When-
talking
did
like ice cream tacos? Because you feel like a chocolate.
yeah, Choco Taco is the
Yeah,
only.
no, I'm talking about actual soft tacos, dude.
Yeah,
That is
maybe
disgusting.
all
Why don't you
soggy.
warm it up?
Like, I like cold pizza. Cold
I don't
pizza
know,
is
I should
nice.
have. Anyway, moving on from my
Anyways,
eating habits.
Yeah, but Kotaku put out a video talking about PlayStation Now.
Cold taco?
Do you really want to restart this cycle again?
I just want to say, I want to piss you off.
You
I
succeeded.
hate your face.
That's not nice at all. I gotta think about some things now. Anyways, yeah. So Kotaku went out reviewing it, and this was another thing. I mean, I'm hoping, like I said, once again, this is in beta, so they could change it. Is what the guy reviewing it said was that once you hit like buy or whatever, once you buy the service, it's 4 hours.
Once
from
you
then.
put the blood on the screen,
Yeah, once you make the
PlayStation
blood,
absorbs
the,
it.
the blood pact. You just cut your finger and put your hand on the PlayStation. It's like welcome to the pact, and like a weird like sign is in the background. But anyway, he said once you hit buy, whatever time you buy, it's from then. So honestly, like okay, $5 for 4 hours is kind of ridiculous. But if it was 4 hours of in-game time, like I wouldn't necessarily be upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you get what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, like if I hit like what if I buy the 4 hours time, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden someone calls me and says, there's a Taco Bell truck that crashed, and there's all these tacos,
These cold tacos.
all over the ground. My first thing would be, for one, are the tacos pre-made?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Are they warm? That doesn't make any sense.
Or are they cold?
Yeah, exactly. But no,
I like cold tacos.
no. But in all seriousness, if I buy 4 hours and then something happens, I'm losing time. You know what I mean? Like if I have to go do something, you know, like that adult life calls for, and I just have to leave, then I'm losing out on time. You know what I mean? So if it is in fact, which I mean, like I said, he said it's once you hit buy. If it is in fact from when you buy it and not game time, that is awful.
So what you're saying is, don't go to the bathroom before you play the game.
Yeah, seriously.
Eat before you play the game.
Turn off your phone.
Turn off your phone before you play the game,
Just-
because every single second is counted.
Yeah, exactly. Get that 90 days for $30 and just put carbonite all over your doors and just stay in there for
Yeah.
90
And
days.
if you have a pregnant wife, think 9 months ahead of time and think, okay, I can't play a game all of the 9th month. You know,
I
just
know,
in case
right?
she goes in labor, you know, just in case.
The
Or
90 days.
she can't go to labor because the time is it's cooking, dude.
Yeah, the
clock
90
is
days.
cooking.
The 90 days. You have to take out one trimester to play Final Fantasy. But I don't think a trimester. I don't know. I don't have a kid.
Well, we're not here for.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's the reason why we play video games, because we don't know anything about the other sex.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, and the other issue, like the other concern, which ended up, like I said, being a legitimate concern, was like the performance and the quality. So, like I said, the dude from Kotaku mentioned that he has like a really good connection, but when it was connected wirelessly, it almost doesn't matter how good your connection is.
Yeah.
When it's wireless, there's going to be issues. So the two issues that he came in contact with was he was playing Dead Island, which is like a first-person shooter. He said there was like a slight delay, and when you hit the trigger, like hit like a trigger to fire a gun,
Yeah.
and then like when the game reads it. So
Huh.
in a game like Final Fantasy, like I don't know if you've seen how Final Fantasies work.
Nah.
You choose attack and then the dude attacks. In a game like that where it's not fast paced, or as they call it, Twitch based, that's acceptable. But in a first person shooter where that literally means life or death, not real life
Call of
death.
Duty especially.
Yeah.
And when we have 4 hours just to play, and every second counts.
Oh yeah, exactly. But like that's a huge issue. And then another thing, he actually showed a side by side comparison. This isn't just him talking, but is on a wireless connection, it's like the game looks like it's running on like 56K. Like it looks really, 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 really bad. But on the other hand, when it's wired,
I heard it actually can look better than the original one.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I heard the wire connection. It's mostly good. It runs lots of cases. They run better than the original disc version, which is pretty amazing. One of the issues I heard though is that it mostly feels good and there's not too much lag. But then when he went back and played it, the original one, the disc-based version, he noticed there was a considerable difference.
yeah.
I wonder if they'll allow you to download it then, at least temporarily.
I don't know. I mean, like, to me, like, all right, now, this is a little side tangent, but they have a service called PlayStation Plus, right? Yeah. And the way PlayStation Plus works is they give you free games.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, still, this is black magic to me. I don't understand how this works. I still have no idea. is you can play these free games as long as you have a PlayStation Plus account. So if I have 2 days left on my account, I can play these games for free for 2 days. But the thing that I don't get is I disconnected from the internet and still at that 2-day mark, I couldn't have access to the game anymore, even though I downloaded the game.
So they have like a built-in timer with each thing?
Yeah, or they have like a whole bunch of like evil spirits trapped in your PlayStation.
Oh, there's someone outside your house watching you play.
I know, there's just a guy with goggles. He's like, nope, And he like when you turn your back, he shoots like a sci-fi arrow.
Sniper.
Yeah,
Just waiting.
that disables the game.
Now we play the waiting game. All 4 hours. That should happen every time. Every time you download any game or stream any game, it's like, now we play the waiting game.
Yeah.
And just waiting to unplug it.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, this isn't closed beta. So, I mean, secondly, it's not even in its full stage of beta, which is open beta yet. So I'm hoping that by the time it comes out, they'll have all this stuff kind of worked out and the prices will be better. But as of right now, you know, it's kind of looking like I don't want to say an empty promise, but it's not as good as it should have been. Because like I said, I was excited.
Just like the pushback that you told me Xbox had with a bunch of before they released all these different things that they were going to do and people got pissed off. I think after all the PlayStation employees in the whole world listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
They're going to understand the frustration because we speak for everybody.
All 4 of them. We speak for
all four of our listeners. We speak for all of them.
Yeah, all four of those people are the 4 people who work at Sony.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Including Aaron. He would probably listen to this podcast too.
Yeah, he works at Sony. If we didn't mention.
He has a PlayStation shirt.
Yeah. Therefore, he's a PlayStation exec. But yeah,
right.
No, and I mean just one more thing in regards to that. Brandon mentioned a website called Glide, which he introduced me to. And for Glide, you can get games. I don't know. I guess it's almost like an eBay or Amazon type, but for only like I think it's video games, books, and like
iPods.
And
I think
stuff.
they've gone up to like iPods and stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
So I don't know what it is, but you can get games incredibly cheap there, like incredibly. And I mean,
but they're physical copies.
Yeah.
Like they mail you a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're willing to wait, you could save $30. It's simple. You know, it's a simple like. If you're willing to wait a couple days to play a game and to buy it on Glide, and they don't have universal pricing, it changes pretty often. But I mean, I think we're gonna get a game called Army of Two that just came out, so it was like $60, and they sold it without the disc. I mean, without the disc. It's like, oh, I love this box. Without the box, so it'd be coming in. So it would come in a sleeve. I think it was like $30 or something.
Yeah, it was like 30.
That.
The game came out like a week before, and 60. But if we just bought it with just a disc, which usually, like every game I've bought from there has been perfect condition, it's like literally half the price.
So some kid somewhere in America is like, "Where did my game go?"
Right.
The Glide guy's like running back to the UPS store.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Anyways, so that's gonna do it for us at Gamer and Gameless here on our second episode. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, if you guys want to catch us on our website, it's gamergameless.com, or our Facebook is facebook.com/gamergameless.
Thank you, Brandon, for being a guest.
Thank you very much. Golf clap for him.
Aaron, what do you think, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's Aaron. But anyways, yep, we'll be back next week with Aaron, and we'll talk about whatever news happened then.
Bye-bye.
All right.